So welcome everyone. Once again, good evening to all of you. My name is Katarina Stano. I'm an ECHDO's board member, let's say in charge of advocacy. Both Karen, our president, and Mirela, our vice president, I apologize, are very sorry for not being able to attend. Life happens, so I'm sure you will forgive them. You will be able to see them on our next webinar. Tonight, we will be hearing Andri Christoudia, psychologist, systemic psychotherapist. She will tell us more about, firstly, her life journey as an adult patient, also her professional journey, how did she end up being a psychologist, and then how both of that helps her in her advocacy and in her empowerment work. I remember listening to Andri in Croatia, in Split, at our ECHDO annual meeting. And I remember her quote when she said that the best present we can give to a child is the sense that their life is a miracle. Yes. And I will not forget that. So I hope we will elaborate on that part as well during her presentation. We will open an opportunity for questions at the end of this webinar. So write them down in your notebook, or if you are of the shy sort, write them into the chat. We will make sure to read them. That's it for all of you who joined after I started speaking. Once again, just a short note, please present yourself in the chat, just a sentence or two, who you are, if you present some organization, which organization, so that we all get to know each other. So welcome, and Andri, have at it.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor, and I'm humbled and I'm honored actually to be here with you. I am humbled and I'm honored to belong to the Cyprus Association for CHD. And now I'm also touched. That's why my words are not coming out. So let me present myself. I am a psychologist, like you said, but I'm here, first of all, as one of you. I'm a former child with CHD, and definitely this has determined my journey and my career and my life. I am a systemic psychotherapist. I'm a psychologist. I am a parents trainer. I am a very proud member and a very close associate of the association, but I'm always introducing myself, especially in front of our community, with my double identity. I am also a child with CHD. I have been diagnosed with 𝗙𝗵𝗂𝘁𝗵𝗂𝘁 when I was a fetus. And definitely my health issue has defined not only my identity, not only the way I stand into the world, but also the way I want to give to the world. And like I said in Croatia, the main reason I am in the association is because I really want to share and to give what I had been given as a child, and also what I haven't been given. So we are here with Stella trying to empower people, empower parents. We want happy parents because happy parents will raise children with confidence. Because I'm always telling parents that my main concern, because the health issue is something that is controlled by doctors, my main concern is their psychological health and the way that the children will build, the way the children will construct the world, making it a place for them to fly, actually. So, okay, let's proceed. Sorry that I'm putting you to the slide. Oh, I can do it as well. No. All right. Can I move the slide or you move it?
I don't know if you've got access to control it, so I'm not sure how many things
Okay,
there
so
are that are coming up.
Yeah. So
Just if you want me to go to the next slide, then are there many points that come up manually?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be telling you, yes. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
All right. So yes, I am in front of you, like I said, with my double identity. Let's go to the next. Great. And this is me. And let's start from the beginning. So my story is more or less the same with many other children with CHD. I was a premature child. I had been diagnosed quite early as an infant of my heart problem. And I was, after lots of going and coming to the hospitals, finally the operation was due, and it was in London, not funded by the government. My parents had to sell literally, everything to send me there, which that was also part of my narration. That was part of my story, and that's how they always wanted to present it and to make me feel that you are a miracle and you are special and we're gonna make it. Coming back from London, I think my parents were quite empowered. I mean, I have to say that I had been, my surgeries had been conducted by Dr. 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗹𝗀 and Dr. Parker, which I was blessed and lucky. So coming back with my health restored, of course, with precautions, my parents were quite, I believe, empowered, because many of the things that they had been doing with me are things that I'm also telling the parents to do now. So literally, I had a very happy childhood. They let me free to play. When I asked my mother some years later, if she was scared or not, she told me that I was by the doctor that if you're gonna get tired, you're gonna stop. I was always aware of my condition. They never hid anything. Of course, in a very, in a narration, like a story for a child to understand. And this made me also be responsible and about me. I mean, I knew what I had. There was no secret. And I had quite a happy life, actually. Teenage was hard because with me, my fears grew and also my parents' fears. And this is where I lost it for a while. I was feeling that the problem of my health was actually restricting me. And that was something that I got back pretty soon. And the reason is because of all the treasures that I got in my childhood. The fact that I always felt that I want and I deserve to do what I want and to actually do my dreams. More challenging years followed with more health issues, but I never lost track of what I wanted to do. I left my safe and prestigious government job. I started actually doing my dream on my 30s. I always wanted to be a psychologist, and my fear stopped me when I was younger. And at some point, here I am, and our paths crossed with Stella in the association. Our visions matched, and then another. I think this completed the puzzle of my dream. Because my feeling was that I wanted, and I really was like an urge to do it with all the children, and especially with the CHD children, to actually tell them that they can do it, to actually tell them they can have a good life. This is my major concern, actually. Can we go to the next slide? Ah, right. All right. Thanks.
Sorry, it doesn't want to move.
Right. Next slide. It doesn't go.
Yeah, it just literally just does not want to proceed. Let's just
Okay.
try. Go back
Oh.
and go forward.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's challenging. It's okay.
Here we go.
All right. So here are the presents of my journey. My parents gave me the faith in the miracle of my existence. And this, throughout the years, grew stronger as a belief to value myself and to be mindful and to live every moment. They always used to describe, they always used to tell me the story of how everything happened, how they took me to England, how they actually, my parents, they had this oath to the monastery of Apostle Andreas. So if I get well, my father actually walked to the monastery. So everything looked to me like like a fairy tale, like making me feeling that I was special, and it was a miracle. They gave me the honesty. I knew from the beginning my situation. I used to go to the doctors happily every 3 months. I was never scared actually of hospitals. And this strengthened the normalization and the acceptance I have of my condition. So for me now, everything is normal and anything can happen to anybody. Throughout my life, I had been through other health issues. And some of my friends are still wondering. I mean, I had been through, I have an autoimmune syndrome, I had been through cancer and clean, and they were always wondering why I take it so lightly, but it wasn't lightly. It was the feeling that it's a challenge and it happens to everybody. And we're going through this and it's gonna be okay. And I think I owe this to the way that my parents made me feel during my childhood about my health. And the freedom they gave me taught me to value joy and to be responsible for myself, to get the signs and the symptoms, and accept the way they talked about my scar made me feel that it was quite normal. It was actually a trophy of the miracle that happened to me. I never hid my scar. I never put the swimming suit to hide it or clothes to hide it. And this is what I'm telling parents. Can we go to the next? Of course, there were lessons of my journey as well, and that this had to do with the challenges and with the years of my fears. The fact that I felt all these restrictions and all this unsafety and all this urge to follow safe roads, taking me away from my dreams, it never really did, because it gave me this persistence that I'm gonna do it. It never got out of my mind. And I was literally working and studying for 10 years, doing my degree and my master's in psychology. Pain and disappointments, of course, plus other challenges. This, I think, gave me a great treasure that is valuable in my work and also in my relationships, that I can feel pain, or I hope I can feel pain. And they developed me this urge to build a vision for helping people. Ever since I remember myself, I wanted to be involved with people. I wanted to do something helping people. Unchosen challenges, of course, are valuable experiences that build up resilience. Thanks. Let me go to the next. And these are my treasures: resilience, acceptance of lack of control. I am open to differentiality. I believe that I am trying to understand the human pain. I'm appreciating joy a lot. And I really believe that expressing our feelings is a priority. And this prepared me for my bigger treasure, my son. I feel that that was very valuable for me in my parental role and in my job. And it also created this intense need to share my treasures. And this gave the meaning and vision in my life. My work is not just the work. For me, it's my passion and is my purpose of life. Thanks. Okay. And let's talk about parents now. Let's go back to the whole picture. Family system. Yeah, I'm a family psychotherapist, so I definitely believe that in the that we are definitely influenced and we are affected from all the systems we go through. And of course, the most important system is our family. Imagine two people getting together with their own luggage, each one of them, with treasures, with beliefs, with value system, insecurities, traumas, and they get together. In normal circumstances, this could create clashes, and this could also, if the parents do not heal past issues, it might definitely go to the children, that they must also have to, let's say, heal or change their views in their adult life in order to proceed more freely in positions that it's more comfortable for them. Imagine if there's a crisis. So this system is actually it's upside down. All the balance is gone. And definitely, all the past traumas, past issues are definitely triggered by the crisis, which I'm going to talk in the next slide. So when a crisis hits the family, it's a trigger, and it activates all the old fears. It also creates new fears. And if we do not heal, and if we're not mindful as parents, it definitely grows up with the child. Even if we give, imagine I believe that I had been blessed with a very good childhood, with treasures that I got in childhood. But still, in another period of my life, the fears of my family, which are perfectly understandable, I mean, I'm a parent as well, they interrupted and they, let's say, delayed my journey, which came back again where it was, thank God. But imagine if parents do not, parents or children as adults do not, let's say, go through this and they don't solve these issues, these fears that they are triggered by this huge crisis of having a child that is sick. I'm a mother, so I completely understand. So definitely this affects the child, the way it will believe in himself and the way it's gonna believe that he or she should build her life. But this will also create issues in the quality life of the family, in the relationships among everybody, and also, most importantly, the parents. Okay, and let's go to the next. But if parents are empowered, they learn to be aware of all these emotions and they can heal it. And this is my greater urge. And they will not transfer their children fears and beliefs from their own constructions. They will learn to balance their life, and they will learn to empower their child as well to live a good life, because this is the main goal for all of them to be happy. Thanks. Next one. And this is our vision, and this is what we are trying to do. Empowering parents includes information, because I really believe that the parents need to have information about the medical condition, so that they will be able also to transfer it to the child and to handle and to handle the situation with a health issue. Parents need to be educated. Connection is very important. And this is why we strongly also believe in the community, in our community, where people can understand each other. And this is what we are, and I think also in the European level, trying to do. Thanks. So, building resilient parents requires getting all the necessary information, medical, about the possible challenges, about coping with the new reality. It means reflecting on our own personal construction. It means learning new parental and communication skills, maintaining and investing the relationship with the child. If it's possible to have it a bit bigger, because I have an issue with my eyes. Otherwise, it's okay, I will manage. No, smaller now. So it's okay, I'll manage. And definitely being part of the CHD community, apart from the feeling of from the empowering feeling of that we are not alone, we are trying to provide information and education and empowerment and healing when it's accepted and possible. Next one. So actually, an empowered parent can assist the child to build a positive construction of herself and her hair tissue, and this is our goal. Next one. And this is my vision. This is our vision, actually. That was, these are the four, let's say, how do you say, columns that they keep our vision. This is the major parts that we're basing, that our project, our vision at the association is based on. And it includes building safe nets, creating resilience, building confidence, and giving the resources to the child to fly, and maintaining the connection. Because without the connection, I think it's not possible. How do we build safe nets? Through transparency. I can see this better if I get this here. All right. So information needs to be given to the child. And it needs, of course, to be adjusted to the child's age. The intention, to be honest, builds the trust among the child. There shouldn't be a lie about the condition. Only, let's say, forming the way we give it to the child so that it's going to be comprehensible according to age. When I spoke to children of many ages, they told me that, especially one child used to tell me that this child is a teenage, and she said that the fact that my parents didn't tell me at my operation that actually what was going to happen in my operation when I was 5 is still traumatizing me. And now that I'm going to have a second operation, I want to know everything. It's really important for them. Maybe they cannot control, of course, the procedure, but they feel that it's something that they can trust it to somebody, the doctors and us. There shouldn't be a lie about our emotions either. Sometimes maybe the parent, their children are asking us, Mom, are you sad? Are you stressed? And we're saying, no, it's okay, it's nothing. I mean, this is a no from me on this. We do not need to dramatize emotions, but we need to normalize it. That yes, of course I am stressed, but I trust the doctors, and I am here, and I'm gonna be here after the operation. What the children need, what the children know, is that there will be challenges. The point is that what we're trying to give them is not the feeling and the fairy tale that there will not be a challenge, that is not going to be difficult, but the feeling that the parent is there, that they know what's going to happen, in simple words that they can understand, and that the parent is there. Something that is very important is that we should have in mind not to overemphasize the super strength of the child. Of course, to motivate, I'm into this. Because if we give to the child too much burden, the child will not only carry the load of her anxiety, but also the feeling of how the parents feel. So I remember my own teacher when I told her one time, she heard telling my son, "Oh, you're a hero," and he told me, "Don't call him a hero. He's a child." Next. Creating resilience. Well, creating resilience can be actually formed when we manage to construct a positive construction on the health issue for a child. What is a construction in systemic psychotherapy? It's, like it writes, a set of beliefs, values, and skills that relate to a particular area of the child's life that will define the way that the child will experience life relating to the particular area. So the way, the way that we are gonna talk about the health, the way that we're gonna face the health issue is building, the construction of the child's health. We need to give the child the resources to handle difficult situations. It's very crucial for the parents, to be aware that they need to disconnect from their own construction so that they can concentrate on how they build a healthy construction on the health issue for the child. And what is a healthy construction? It's actually the feeling that there will be challenges, but we are here to face it. And here's the information, and here is the trust from us and from the doctors as well. Let's go to the next. My positive construction of health, like I said before, was based on honesty, that it helped me to normalize my condition and accept it, on freedom, and on acceptance. And these are the three core values that we are working to give parents on one-to-one basis, and also in our seminars and in our support groups. Let's go to the next one. And how it's done. Well, first of all, like I said, and I'm repeating again and again, we need to maintain awareness of our own fears so that we don't project them, so that we don't create. It's one thing to share the feelings, and it's another thing to project the child, the fear that we have. We need to be honest with the child, like I said. We need to practice normalization. We need to make sure they know that we're there. We need to be cool and evaluate when to interfere. I mean, in all life situations, we have to give the child the initiatives to do things, to take responsibilities, because if we always interfere, we are creating him or her the feeling that he's not capable because of his health or because of her health. So it's very important to evaluate when and how to talk about issues that concern us, like safety, for example, like taking care of their health and so on. But if we do it from the beginning, from the time that they're small, in a normalized way, they also learn to take care of themselves. And we also need to give the child the right to solve her problems on her own. We are there. We're usually saying in psychotherapy that we are escorting children. We are escorting people generally. If we try to be the saviors, we deduct them from the power they have and from the confidence to solve it on their own. And our role is actually to teach them so that they can recognize their emotion. And this is what we do actually in education of parents, to teach them how to recognize and express their emotions and to reflect on solutions. Of course, when they're smaller, we do it together, but then we are open for them to take initiatives as well. Let's see the next one. Building confidence. This is the third, rock. I'm repeating, the child is a miracle and we need to give it to him. We need to give him also this mirror back. It's not enough to believe that, it's a miracle that we have our child healthy. It's very important to believe in her strengths, in her treasures, and to give it back to give them back to her. And also to teach them autonomy. That means learning to let go of control. Of course, we were not born as parents, and this is the reason that we are learning and we are educating. And this is the reason that I'm always urging parents to get parental skills. Let's go to the next one. So the child is a miracle. Systemic psychotherapy believes in the role of narratives in the construction and in the reconstruction of self. So the best present we can give to the child actually is this sense that her life is a miracle. It's the first, we are the first mirror, and the way we feel about the child will reflect our unconditional acceptance. He is accepted no matter what. He doesn't need to do something. He doesn't need to be a good boy. He doesn't. I mean, I'm using labels which I don't like, and I'm actually urging parents not to use. He doesn't have to do something for us to accept him or her. We are blessed because we have him or her. And sometimes one parent, one mother once asked me, so are we here to learn to make our child a good child? And I said, you already have a good child. You are here to learn how to see this good child and how to reflect it to him. So yes, we should be telling stories, especially of the miracle of her life. We should be telling general stories that he or she will remember later, of not just of the challenge and the miracle, let's say, but also of moments of connection, of special moments that maybe the child will not remember when it grows up. But we need to be telling the stories, and they need to always have in their mind how important the connection is for the parent as well. Let's go to the next one. This will put the solid basis for confidence and healthy self-image, and of course will promote normalization. It will enable the child to face the problems with confidence. Yes, the next one. Let's see how we give it back to him, however. How can we give back the child resources? First of all, by changing our lens. Our child is not its health condition. Our child is our child, and the health condition is a health condition. The problem is the problem, like we also say in narrative psychotherapy. So by giving back to them, we mirror their positive traits. We mirror their positive traits, and it's very important when we give it to them to be specific. I am proud of. I'm proud that you worked so hard for your essay. I love the way you play drums. Thank you for helping me with the dishes. We need to be specific. This is how they also get a feeling of their own abilities, because we usually have this feeling of telling the children, you know, all these exaggerating names, which I'm always, don't get me wrong, I used to use also with my son as well. You're my hero, you're perfect. But imagine if it's so vague and so huge, the children, at the point that we are ready there to put discipline, or we are angry with them for some reason, they always feel that we get it back. And I heard children telling this. I mean, my mom says, how can my mother say I'm perfect? And then the next moment she's showing me that she doesn't appreciate me. So it's important when we talk about positive traits to be specific. And by stressing their points, we contribute in improving also the traits. We do not believe, I don't believe, as a parents trainer as well, as a mother and as a psychotherapist, I don't believe that people can be corrected with criticism, with critique. You are lazy, you are slow, you are not trying enough. People can improve when we mirror their strengths. And if we want to give them a feedback about how to, let's say, improve at a point, we can do it as a suggestion, not using adjectives, but as a suggestion of how this could be helpful for him or for us. For example, I am really tired and I really need your help with the room. this definitely works more than you don't care about me. Because when you say to the child, you don't care about me, she's going to start answering back, but I care. No, you don't. And we lose the point. The point is to empower the child to know her strengths, but also to know what she needs to improve in a way that is positive and not deducting the appreciation that they feel from the parents. Let's go to the next one. Autonomy. All right. As a mother, I always had problems with where do I cross the line? Where do I put the line? Whose problem is it when there is a behavior on the child? And then I studied the parents' effectiveness training of Thomas Gordon, which I strongly suggest this book to all parents, which we're also teaching it. Can we go back? Yeah. And what actually we yes. What actually we learned from this, from the way that Thomas Gordon, who used to be a psychiatrist and a psychotherapist, is that if we want to make children autonomous, we need first of all to understand what exactly is the problem that we're trying to solve. If the problem has a child, we need to enable the child, to initiate the child to solve the problem, to learn to solve it on its own. If the problem is about discipline, we need to understand if it's, let's say, a difference of needs, or if it's my problem and I need to ask it in an assertive way and not using criticism. Let's go to the next one just to give you an example. This is the main window in the Gordon Parents Effectiveness Training. And we are here. The child has a problem. And this is when the child has a problem, we are there to give him, we are there to with supporting skills so the child can learn to recognize the emotions and solve the problem. And this is how they become autonomous, actually. Let's go to the next one. So how can we do it? First of all, by exercising and learning, this is a skill, active listening, by mirroring the message the child is giving. If, for example, the child is asking us before the operation, Mom, am I going to be in pain? Usually we hurry up to give them a solution, to give them an answer. No, don't worry. Oh, why are you asking? And we're really trying to make it, let's say, easy on the child. But in reality, maybe when the child is asking this, what he needs is somebody to get the emotion. So actually the active listening there would be, you are worried, aren't you? And maybe the child then will answer, yes, I'm worried. Because if we rush to reply, trying to comfort the child, we lose the opportunity to get the child's feeling. And if we lose the child's feeling, the child will listen to us comforting him or her, but it doesn't mean that he will be comforted. When I have a problem as an adult and somebody's telling me, don't worry, it's not a big deal, my problem doesn't get less. But when somebody understands my feeling, I start feeling better, and then I start feeling more relaxed to see solutions. The same goes for the children. So we need to listen actively, reflect the message back, like the example I said, and then process after the discussion the solutions together. What do you think we should do? What do you think you need? Oh, yes, Mom, I need you to be there by the window when I come out from the surgery. So when the child starts suggesting, which when they're small, we suggest more as well, this is when he learns to recognize emotions and to start finding solutions. And this gives confidence as well. Let's go to the next one. And one of the most important thing for me, without it, I mean, I think everything can collapse, is connection, acceptance, empathy, honesty, respect. I strongly believe that the most important goal we have as parents, not as parents only of CHD children, of any child, is never lose sight of our connection. Because sometimes we say, oh, you know, I have been strict. And sometimes people, you know, parents feel proud of being, of course, we need to have discipline. But if discipline is going to be on the burden of connection, then we're doing something wrong. Because when the children grow up, it's the connection that's going to bring it back to them, back to us. And it's the connection with us that's going to make them feel safe to pursue their dreams as adults as well, not only as children. Okay, let's go. And yes, I know maybe it sounds a lot, but communication can be learned. And this is the parents' effectiveness training, which I strongly suggest because I'm sure it's in all countries, of Thomas Gordon, and that we are always putting part of it in our support groups and in our family school that we initiated back 10 years ago, reflecting that so we're teaching parents to how to practice active listening, how to take responsibility for their emotions, how to solve disputes with respect, how to normalize the feelings, and how to take responsibilities of their mistakes. There is a special word, and it's called I'm sorry, and it's very important to practice it. Because we are parents, we are making mistakes. Psychologists are making mistakes. And sometimes when I also used to tell my son, 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗹𝘁𝘀𝗀, I'm sorry, he used to tell me, you're a psychologist. But I believe that now that he's grown older, I believe and I hope that he appreciated this I'm sorry, because I'm listening to him telling it as well. So it's very important, even if we feel that we're not doing it all right, which is impossible, to continue practicing skills, to continue to be mindful, to continue to look at our child as the amazing person that he is, and to apologize if needed. And it's okay, we start again and again. And this is how connection is not lost. And this is what I'm saying, if the relationship is gone, nothing else matters for me. Let's go to the next one. And here we are. So I'm proudly a member of the association. And this is what we do in our projects and in our job. We provide psychological support to all the family members, which is funded by the organization. We promote the connection of parents and children. This is our goal. We educate and we support parents through educational and support groups. We are having parents' educational seminars, especially for skills, webinars, experiential workshops for children. We want to start, we have a very nice plans for next year. And this is a new project that we're very proud of. We are providing psychological support before and after the surgery at the Cardiac Innovation Center, at the only center that operations of children are conducted in Cyprus. And we are very blessed that we have the doctors' support with us. Let's see the next one. And here I am, my role as a therapist. I'm here to give hope and trust in life. I am here to accept and to teach acceptance and expression of emotions. I want to give tools for maintaining resilience and in challenges. I want to be reminding continuously the parents of their child's resources. We are we're putting high in the priority. I am putting also strengthening the relationships within the family, because I'm a family therapist and I believe that this connection is the most important tool and treasure. I am trying to strengthen the family identity, and through the therapy, I am aiming at reconstructing the story, facing the challenges, healing the trauma, and getting new meanings. Because, I mean, nobody was born as a parent. And even if we as parents or the children, they come as teenagers, as adults, as children, we are there to reconstruct the story and to remind them that they are a miracle. Let's see. Can we go to the next? And I will leave you with this, which whenever I read it, I'm getting touched, because this is the story of my life, and this is the story of many CHD children, that I hope that they get a meaning from my story, from the stories shared. And this is why connection is important, because sharing stories empowers people, that they can live well, that they can have a meaning, that they can have a vision, that they can fulfill their dreams. From every wound, there is a scar, and every scar tells a story that says, I survived. Thank you. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you very much, Andri, for this wonderful presentation. Well done, really. I'm opening now the floor for any questions. If anyone wants to pick up on anything, ask anything, now is the time. I haven't seen in the chat any questions, so if you are on the shy side, you can write into the chat and then I'll read your question. But don't be shy, you're among friends, so have at it. Any questions? No questions? I have one while we wait for others. Andri, it's very interesting to me, firstly, about your personal story. You said that your doctors told your parents that you should do whatever you want and that you will feel when you are tired, which is very interesting, because usually in the past, and it still happens today, doctors advise against sports. So can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Is that an exception?
Yes, well, I don't think they were mentioning the sports, because on the sports part, I think that there was a restriction. I mean, that was, imagine, I'm 53 years old. That was 50 years ago when I had the operation. 51, wow. So, but what they meant is that if I am aware of my issue and it doesn't scare me, I can play. We used to be in the neighborhood. There was with the bicycles, there were 20 kids in this neighborhood, I remember, and we were all every afternoon playing around. They never stopped me. Maybe because I had, my condition was in this position, but that was very helpful. And actually that was, I keep this as what kept me and gave me the power later on, reflecting, back. So actually what my mother asked the doctor is, what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna let her to play. And the doctor said, yes, you will, definitely. But if she gets tired, well, if she gets tired, she will stop, because you will tell her, because you will tell her and you will explain to her, and she will not be scared to stop. And that's what I did. I remember when I was getting tired, I was really stopping. I was not continuing. Even, and this I think gave me a very good insight with my symptoms. With any symptoms now, with my other health issues, that it gave me good intuition on my symptoms. And of course, it has to do with, every child is different, but it's very important. That's why it's very important to know exactly the condition of the child. This is what Stella is telling the parents all the time. You need to know the medical condition so that you're not scared of it, and so you can explain to it in a normalized way to parents. So, because if the children know, it doesn't scare them. And if they know, they're not going to try to cheat. I never tried to cheat. But if a child is not given enough information, or parents, of course, I understand, because of fear, they might get overprotective, or the child will secretly do things. We don't want this. We want the child to feel free and to understand. And we are there to escort it, to escort the child. I don't know if I'm clear.
And now, as you work a lot with children of all ages as well, we are reading more and more as mental health is gaining its importance as a topic. We hear more and more about the statistics of ADHD, depressions, PTSDs, and so on. What do you see from your practice as being, so to speak, the biggest issue among children patients with CHD that you come across?
I'm gonna share my experience not only of children of young age, teenagers, and also adults with CHD. The biggest issue, lack of confidence, especially the older children. I think the younger parents, they are more educated. I mean, usually, I hope this is what we're trying to initiate, but. For example, if I let's get it one by one. The adults, let's say at the age of 30, maybe 40, maybe they were not all lucky, let's say, or blessed to have the same experiences I had. Could you imagine? I had good experiences, but there were also years that they took me back. So it's the treasures of my childhood that kept me, and these are the ones that I developed later on. So for me, it's very, very important to build confidence from the beginning, and I see it in younger adults with CHD. I also see it with teenagers. There are bigger issues. Sometimes it's the overprotectiveness of the parents or not telling them enough information. Issues that they can be solved with taking skills. I mean, but the children talk now. I'm very happy that I see the younger children, I mean, talking. So if they talk, and they also even ask to go psychologist. So, I mean, this is very good that it's not a taboo anymore. It started not to be a taboo anymore. And for me, the key, for example, is always the parents, because even if the teenager is next to me and I'm building something, if the parent is not with me, healing her own issues or understanding that maybe she needs to drop some of her beliefs, so that, not drop, but let's say change, so that the child will proceed better, then it's like I'm fighting a harder fight alone. And the parents are the key.
I read recently in one book that a lot of people, when the crisis hit, ask, why me? But no one ever asks, why not me?
Yeah.
So in your work, how often do you use or do you see it helpful, this search for meaning in all of this suffering and crisis and problems? Are young patients, adult patients, but also parents, does it help, just this search of making sense of it all in a way?
It does, but first of all, we need to go through it. I mean, if we try to do it early enough, it doesn't work, because first of all, we need to get the emotion. The emotion needs to be understood, to be accepted, to heal, and then we move to meaning. So it's very helpful, and this is actually the road, usually. Many parents find meaning out of their child's challenges as well. My son went through a challenge, not CHD, and much of my work was also affected by his challenge. I mean, which I'm also using in the association. It's very important, however, first of all, to go through this, to understand it's okay to express my emotions. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm devastated, but it's very important to ask for help, to hold. I'm usually calling it pillows. There's a special, I mean, in Greek it's 𝗙𝗵𝘁𝘂𝘀, to hold the pillows, to hold the people together. That's why I believe connection is important, because we cannot do it alone. I mean, we are not alone. We're not thrown in a desert alone. We are in systems, and real autonomy comes from connection. This is what I believe, and this is what systemic psychotherapy believes as well.
That's such an important message, right? I think we all, in all the different organizations, are working on this. Like, you are not alone. That's the point.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Andri. Last chance. I'm out of questions. Last chance for anyone else. I don't see any in the chat. Before we wrap this up, any comments, any questions? Going
No.
once, going
Doesn't
twice.
matter.
Okay, it was wonderful having you all at this webinar. We will try to organize more. You can always write us with what interests you, what you would like to see from us. We'd be happy to work with you for the best benefit of all of us. Andri, once again, thank you, and I wish you all a lovely evening.
Thank you, and also
good
for
night.
your patience for this technical problem. Thank you very much. We are all together in this. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.